Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Reds, and we have a special episode today for you. We've got a big game tonight against Leipzig. If you have already gone onto our channel, the match preview is on our channel already. We recorded last night, me and Reese, to give you a match preview of the RB Leipzig game last night. So it is on the channel. Please follow the YouTube channel all the way through, and you'll see it on there as well. Please make sure you like and subscribe this video, subscribe to the channel. Watch tonight as well. We are here live after the match for Leipzig, after the game, for a match reaction as well. So this is a special episode, Stu. Thank you for coming on. And he doesn't know he has no idea what is going on here, because I told him it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise feature, a new show where I've found something online. I found something on Twitter. A big Twitter account has posted something about the top 5 wingers in the world. And obviously Mo Salah is on there.
Yeah.
But I'm still guessing where he's put Mo Salah. I'm still guessing who's in the top 5 and who Stu would put in the top 5 as well. So something a bit different for you guys, Liverpool content. I said already on this channel, I want something different content out there for you guys, Liverpool fans, because you get bored of the same content over and over again. I'm sure you do. So I'm going to tell you the Twitter account now. It was United Tray. United Tray is very known for putting clickbait stuff out there. It's very known also for cursing a lot of and jinxing a lot of things, especially his own team, Manchester United. He's been to other games and jinxed the games massively. Could he jinx his top 5 wingers that he's got? Number 5, you won't believe what number 5 is. That is the major shock in the top 5. You can believe it because it's United Trace putting this out, but even then I'm thinking, how's he 5th? So let's start from the top then, Stu. Who do you think United Tray put at number 1 for the top wingers in the world currently?
It's like, so when you think about wingers, the wingers definition has changed a lot over the last.
It has a little bit, yeah.
Few years. So if we're talking like modern day wingers, then
wingers, yeah. Current wingers right now in the world.
What he's put as number 1?
What has he put as number 1, and what would you put as number 1? See if you agree with it.
Salah obviously has to be in the top 5 for purely just for how good he's been for Liverpool and consistency wise. That there ain't many players that are.
I don't even think United Tray could keep Salah out of the top 5, and no. He didn't.
No, he's not that delusional.
Where do you think where do you think he's put him? Think he's put him top?
Top one. I think personally, I'd say somebody like Vinny Jr.
He has put Vinny Jr. at the top. Yes, he has put Vinny Jr. at the top.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Would you put Salah at the top? Because I'd still think Salah at the top.
Trying to keep bias aside, I still would have Salah at the top.
Yeah.
Purely, one, for the fact that he's at Liverpool, he's won everything at Liverpool. It's tougher to win everything at Liverpool. And there's no doubt about that. It is tougher to win stuff at Liverpool than it is at Real Madrid or PSG or places like that. It is tougher. And I think in some ways that actually means more as well. But Salah has won every single thing that you possibly can besides an AFCON and a Ballon d'Or. And a World Cup, if we're going to be pedantic about stuff.
It could have won a Ballon d'Or, if we're being serious. It could have easily won a Ballon d'Or. And you think about it as well, like, I think he's been more consistent than Vinny Jr. as well. I know Vinny Jr. has been fantastic in lots of games, especially Champions League last season. But Salah's been very, very consistent. Even since Vinny Jr. has come on the scene, I think Salah's been more consistent than him.
Obviously, there's a massive age difference as well.
Yeah.
But for the 8 years that Salah's been at Liverpool, nobody can knock that consistency at all. You just got to look at his record. I mean, I saw he broke another record. I think in the last European game, the first Liverpool player to score against 25 separate European teams.
That's it. Yeah.
And he's also done that.
He's nearly breaking Henry's goal record. I know he's caught him up on assists.
Yeah, I mean, he's what Premier League goals. I think he's only about 10 or 15 behind Henry's record now. Which, okay, we've lauded Henry for years, haven't we?
Decades, yeah.
We all know how good he is.
Yeah.
Salah should be in that level. Should be spoken about in that level.
Yeah. So, Vinny Jr. is top. Number 2. Who do you reckon Trey put at number 2?
Probably somebody like Mbappe. would Mbappe be classed as a striker though? That's the problem.
I think he's classified. He didn't have Mbappe in the top 5, so I presume he's classified as a striker, even though he was a winger before.
Right. Okay.
100.
Musiala, maybe.
No, he's actually gone Salah number 2.
Really?
Salah 2. Yeah, he went Salah 2 behind. I don't know if he counts. Musiala's not in the top 5. He's put. So I don't think he counts him as a winger either. So possibly a 10 talking.
Okay.
I think those like Phil Foden, Palmer. I don't think you can classify them as wingers if that makes sense.
No, not yeah.
The players that can play 10, I can't. So yeah.
This is the difficult thing about modern football. You don't have out and out position players anymore. Besides the striker and the goalkeeper, a lot of the roles are very intermixed. So actually saying, okay, who's the best out and out winger? It's difficult to call. Yeah, Vinny Jr., but Vinny Jr. plays in a very similar style to Mbappe, and Mbappe plays in a very similar style to him, as well as Salah. So yeah, that's a tough one.
I think all 3 of us have put. Obviously, Trey's put Vinny Jr. top, Salah second, but we've got them the other way around. I think we agree on.
Please tell me he hasn't put Garnacho in there.
I'm gonna get a bit further down in a minute.
Please tell me he hasn't put Garnacho.
I'm not going to say anything who he's put in there, but there is a big one where you're like, hang on a second, hold your horses. Yeah, so Salah second, Vinny Jr. top. That's what it's put. So we'd agree on the top 2, but switch them.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I couldn't really argue either way, if I'm honest, just because I think Vinny Jr. is absolutely world class. Number 3, I might give you a clue on this one. I think number 3, think of more. He has been around a bit longer than Vinny Jr. Put it that way, especially playing at the top level.
Oh,
number
God,
3,
and
I would I agree with it? I would agree with it on his day. I would agree with it because thinking about the wingers that's on there anyway. But yeah, I would agree with this top 3.
As a bit of a what league are we talking here?
We're talking. If I give the league away, I think you'll get it straight away. But I think what I want to say is I wanted him before his team turned good to replace Salah at some point.
Oh, bloody hell.
So not to replace Salah straight up, but to be back up at Salah and then to replace him when his team. He was a bit younger when his team was bad. But
you're gonna have to remind me.
He's been a big reason why his team's turned good. Put it that way, and they're not yet winning the league, but they have progressed massively. I'll give you that.
No, it got me stumped on this one.
They're on a good process anyway. Put it that way. They're trusting the process, but that any clue at all?
No, that's got me stumped. That one.
Think of Premier League then. I'll give you Premier League.
All
team that's not won the league, but they're on a good process. Or they were on a good
Saka.
process. Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka. Do you agree with Bukayo Saka in 3rd behind?
To be fair, actually, yeah, that's probably a good shout. I wouldn't have Saka ahead of Salah or Vinny Jr., but definitely
big jump off to these.
I think that's probably a fair shout, actually. Yeah.
What I've noticed in the last 2 years, last year and this year, I think he's stepped up a little bit more in bigger games. He played well against Bayern Munich last year. And who did they beat this year in the Champions League? They beat someone good, didn't they? I can't think who it is, but he played well in that one and all. Did they beat PSG? Did PSG they played?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Was it? Hang on. Let me just have a quick.
It was PSG, wasn't it? I'm sure. And he played good in that. So he is starting to step up now in big games. And he played well against us as well.
Yeah.
When they beat us. That's what, one of my best mates is an Arsenal fan. So that's one of the things I was on to him about. Like, I absolutely love Saka, but if he starts playing big games, that's when he's starting to be world class and starts showing up in these big games.
Yeah, PSG. It was 2-0 win against PSG.
Yeah. He played well in that as well. So
yeah.
If he keeps that up in terms of big game appearances, then I can classify him as world class. Saka.
All right.
But yeah, I agree with that top 3. So Trey has got a good top 3 there, a very good top 3.
Yeah.
Maybe switch the top 2 around possibly, but maybe that's against Liverpool bias, being a Man United fan. Yeah. But right, number 4, the shock's not here yet though, but number 4 is here right now, and this one, I'll give you a clue on this one. This one is burst onto the scene. Not Marco Richards burst onto the scene, actually burst onto the scene. He's actually burst onto the scene, this one, in recent, say, last year or so.
No, I mentioned Garnacho. Is that going to be...
When I say burst on the scene, I don't mean bursting his lungs onto the scene. I mean actually bursting onto the scene, like making a big impact and actually winning a big trophy in the last few months as well.
Oh, hell. So we're talking Champions League then, or European trophy at least.
It is a European trophy, yeah. It is a European trophy.
It's either going to be the Europa League or the Champions League.
It's neither.
It's neither.
It's neither.
Oh,
it is European. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yamal.
Yep. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Number 4. And again, I don't
yeah.
think I can argue with that, if I'm honest.
No. No, I can't argue with that. That kid is going to be an outstanding player. The trajectory that he is going on, he could easily surpass like sort of the records of Messi with it.
Ridiculous,
if he just stays fit. And Barcelona don't screw up their young kids like they usually do. So
I mean, most of the games this season, he's actually carried Barcelona in a lot of games where they needed someone to step up. I think he was the one that stepped up again. So did they lose to Monaco and win Champions League? He was the only one that really showed up in that game. They got battered really. Now they got to send it off. But
they got the Classico
this
weekend.
Yeah, and that's massive. Like Yamal against Mbappe, Vinny Jr. I still think Real Madrid have got the slightly better team, but Barcelona's team's decent now. Yamal, Lewandowski's there, Pedri's there.
Hansi Flick has got them ticking along quite nicely.
He has.
He's done a good job so far.
I think Xavi did a good job at the first to get them going, but I think Flick's got them really going.
Aye.
So Yamal, 4th. I don't think I can argue with that. I think Trey's pretty much got that top 4 spot on in terms of the personnel there.
The only other consideration I probably would take in is somebody like Lookman. His form, Ademola Lookman at Atalanta the last couple of seasons since he's been there, as I didn't personally rate him that much when he was in the Prem, but as soon as he's gone over to Italy, he's taken up another level, and now he's being touted as perhaps another move back to the Premier League at the end of this season, but a big money move this time. So
a little bit like Salah himself, isn't it? I mean, Salah didn't work out at Chelsea, went out back to Basel, then went to Italy like Lookman is now, and then is back in Liverpool. So sometimes it just doesn't happen, does it, for players? And that's just the way it is, especially youngsters.
Yeah.
And they need the right coach, the right manager, the right timing, and it all comes down to that. And I don't really rule out players if I've seen something in them somewhere. Like you can't say like Havertz was bad at Chelsea, but don't mean he was a bad player because he was classic at Leverkusen.
Again, Havertz, I never really thought he's not an out-and-out striker.
No,
I still don't think he is, but he is a very good attacking midfielder / like sort of playing behind the striker.
Yeah.
He's very, very good at that. So
he's just been asked to do something that.
Who's number 5?
Before we do, try guessing who Trey put at number 5. Who would you put at number 5?
Just trying to think of it, like sort of going through some of the teams at the moment, just to say in the Premier League, and Man City, I've got an up and coming one, their little Brazilian winger, Savio.
Yeah.
He's one to watch out for. I think. I don't think he's in the top 5, but he's one to watch out for.
Too early, but
perhaps Martinelli.
You know what? Before this season and towards the end of last season, I'd agree with you. When we were playing, when Klopp really loved him, and Klopp was talking about him, that was like it was unbelievable. That's just the guy that everyone wanted at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think Diaz and Gakpo have a shout there to be in the top 5. I won't say they will get in the top 5, but I think they're good enough to be up there in the conversation.
Yeah.
Thinking about wingers though, because there's not that many thinking about it.
No. I mean, when you think of like wingers of old, you're thinking of ones that just bomb up and down the line. But as I say, the positional change of that actual role has changed so much over the years that they cut inside, they go outside, and cross in, short passes, long shots, all that sort of stuff. When wingers in the olden days were just, right, go up and down, cross it in, get the assists, job done. You don't get players like that anymore. So it's very hard to pick who we're filling. I mean, there's other players like in Germany that you could pick out, like even Adeyemi at Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Kingsley Coman at Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
All very good players who could potentially reach that top 5, maybe.
Yeah, they definitely have a shot, don't they? What about Heung-min Son? Because he's not really getting the credit he deserves anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he's not an out-and-out striker. He cuts in on that sort of Gakpo Diaz position.
He plays left side, doesn't he, mainly?
Yeah.
Especially now they got Solanke. They've allowed him to put back into his own position. When
Yeah,
Kane went, they put him up front, didn't they?
You know what? Actually, that's a very good shout. Having Son as the number 5, I think, like, sort of for what he's done in his career and the records that he's got, I think, yeah, he could finish off that top 5 quite easily.
And there's one person that I do like at the moment. That's Madueke, and we saw that on Sunday against us. I know Robert's not playing well at the moment, but Madueke is definitely.
Yeah, Robbo had a tough weekend against him.
He's a big threat. Is Madueke definitely a good player?
Yeah.
There's definitely a few out there. I mean, if you classify like Rodrigo at Real Madrid, he'd be up there.
He's another one.
As a winger. Dembele at PSG on his day.
Yeah,
I like Barcola. Barcola's a good winger.
Yeah, I mean, even like sort of, I'm not saying like sort of top 5, but I'm looking through a list of like some of the players that are around at the moment. Like, so Brighton have a couple of very good wingers at the moment in Adingra and Ciso.
And Mitoma as well, yeah.
Mitoma, again, playing on that same position off the left-hand side. He's had a couple of amazing seasons for Brighton. So, yeah, he deserves to be in that shout as well.
All these names, and not one of them make the top 5 for United trade with. Not one of them make the top 5 for Trey. Who makes top 5 for Trey then?
I keep on mentioning his name, Garnacho, and you keep on having a little smile on your face. I'm bloody hope not. He's not put him in the top 5 because I don't think Garnacho's there yet. I don't think so, but I got a sneaking suspicion that's going to be
I know. Like I made sure, guys, if you're watching, I made sure Stuart hasn't. He said he hasn't been on Twitter really today, and that's
I don't know.
So he doesn't really know what he's actually put. And I wanted to be a bit more surprised. And this is what I want this show to be about now. I want this to be a bit more like guessing going on, a bit of guessing going on. You guys watching at home as well. And he's absolutely spot on. Is Garnacho? He did put Garnacho 5th, and. At least it's not Anthony. At least it isn't Anthony or Rashford, but Garnacho 5th. Yeah, I think I had the same response when I saw it earlier. I thought, yeah, we'll do a little video about that, shall we?
Oh man, I can't believe that. All right, I'm gonna have to have a look at his list now. That is
Garnacho 5th. So all those players that we did say, like Gnabry, Coman, Barcola. Even I don't know if you count Moani as a winger. I know he can play up front as well.
Yeah.
All these players, Dembele, even like Madueke and Diaz and Gakpo. Diaz and Gakpo are better than Garnacho for number 1. I think everyone that we said are better than Garnacho. Thinking about it.
Yep.
I think potentially, if I'm going to be honest here, and that's I'm taking my bias glasses off because I'm not really that biased anyway. But I do think he's got a lot of potential. Garnacho. I do see something in him.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Top 5 wingers in the world.
No.
I think that's just setting him up to fail. And what I want to know, because we know that trade does curse a lot of people. It does like put jinxes on people and put jinxes on teams. Which one of those top 5 is he putting jinxes on? Is he putting jinxes on Vinny Jr. and putting him in the top, or is he putting jinxes on Garnacho, putting him in the top 5?
It's a fair point.
I can see Garnacho having absolute shockers from now for the next few weeks, and then not living that tweet down like he always does. Yeah. Fair play to him though for putting that tweet out and putting his neck on the line, putting Garnacho. I don't know if it's a serious tweet. I don't know if to take him seriously sometimes or not. I think he does. I think he is serious most of the time, but when he's putting Garnacho in top 5, is it a bait tweet? Is it a clickbait tweet? Possibly.
I think so.
Possibly, but.
There's no way Garnacho hasn't had enough time. And
I know my night things that fans think though, Stu. I know my night fans think. I mean, it's part of the beginning of the season. Again, it happened at the beginning of the season this season with what's that? Is it Stretford Paddock? They put United champions again. A lot of them guessed Man United to be champions again. Liverpool to be 7th or something like that. So I know what my night fans are like in terms of being. I won't say biased. I think it's just ridiculously biased.
Delusionally unrealistic.
Yeah.
is the way I say it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would not have Garnacho in the top 5. I mean, the other day, the lad's only, what, 18, 19?
I don't think Garnacho would have Garnacho in the top 5.
Probably not. If he's honest with himself, he's not at that level yet. I'm not saying he's not going to be, but to have him in the top 5 wingers of the world, no.
I think Anthony put himself in the top 5, but not Garnacho.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I think he would. I think he put himself in the top 5, but not Garnacho. Garnacho in the top 5. Yeah, it shocked me. So I thought I'll do a little video on it. Test what you think you might put in the top 5 and get your top 5 as well. It's an absolute shocker, if I'm honest. I do think it's a shocker. Like I said, I think there's bags of potential there. I think there's a player in there. Maybe better players around him a little bit. Maybe a better striker around him, possibly. A bit more stability at Man United. A better coach. He might coach him into, coaches are massive. If like Mane and Salah didn't have Klopp, would they become the player that they are today? Probably not.
Probably not.
And they have potential. They have potential to become that. But it
Okay.
all relies on the coach and the people around them as well. So, but top 5, that's a crazy shout from Trey United. Definitely United Trey. Sorry, absolute crazy shout. So going forward in the next few years, Salah's dropping off. Obviously, he's not dropping off, but he's going to at some point. He's going to get to the point where he's not going to be at Liverpool. He's not going to play in top level football. So next 5 years. Who do you think the top 3 is going to be the next 5 years? Top 3 wingers. Now we've said the potential of the people.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be the same players that we've said, or is it someone going to sneak in? Is it Garnacho going to take over?
No, I would say. I think the shoe-ins are definitely going to be Vinny Jr. and Yamal.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I think the top 2 just guaranteed that.
Yeah, I think even Rodrigo will stay in that top 5 for a good while as well. But there are a couple that I think will break into that. Nico Williams is one.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about Nico Williams then. I don't know why. Yeah.
Nico Williams is one.
Yeah.
And another Spanish winger, Jeremy Pino.
Yeah.
Villarreal.
Yeah.
Very, very talented winger. I wouldn't be surprised if he left Villarreal within the next couple of seasons and ended up going to a bigger club because he has got that.
I think the problem with that, though, with him is normally they like to go to the Spanish clubs, don't they? But Barcelona and Real Madrid have got their wingers sorted, I'd say.
Yeah. So I could see him moving to like sort of either a big German club or
possibly
the Prem, I would say. But there are other ones out there. I mean, I've got one player in mind at the moment who I'm keeping an eye on who's doing pretty well. Another Brighton player, but he's out on loan at Leicester at the moment. That's Buonanotte.
Right, yeah.
He's one to watch out for the future, I think. And I think I'll put this out there, maybe a Salah replacement. Maybe. He's got the minerals for it, so let's see how he develops over the next couple of years. But
hey, we got our Salah replacement. He's still in medical room, isn't
he? Yeah, true. But hey, that's for another story. But yeah, I think Buonanotte at Brighton is definitely one to watch for the next couple of years.
Yeah. There's definitely some talented players out there, and
Garnacho
does have a chance of getting top 5. Like I said, if it sorts itself out, Man United, where they get a better manager, better coaching, possibly a couple of players around him a bit better, he's definitely got potential. But putting him in the top 5 now is just, I think, a bit ridiculous. And it's going to be hard to even get top 5 in the coming future because, like I said, we've listed so many wingers there that have so much potential. I don't know if you can classify Palmer and Foden as wingers, but if they were classified as wingers, they're top 5 anyway. Palmer and Foden.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't think.
I don't know. Would they be top 5 though? Thinking about this though, Stu, right? If Foden and Palmer were classified as wingers, are they better than Yamal? And I'd have to bring Yamal out
just because of his age more than anything else.
Yeah. Just because he doesn't feel like I'd have to put Foden and Palmer in. I'd have to.
Yeah. I think
especially Palmer right now. I'd put him 3rd in terms of current form.
Yeah. Well, besides being kept quiet by Curtis Jones all weekend, but
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he had a quiet game. So I think that's what won us the game.
Yeah, because when Palmer's on form, he's he's electric. He is a phenomenal player already. But yeah, I'll say if you took the two youngsters out of that top 5 list and put Foden and Palmer into there, I don't think anybody would really argue with that either.
United would. You'd have to get your Garnacho in there somewhere. I'd be interested to see what he thinks about Garnacho in terms of potential better than Foden, better than Palmer. I'd be interested to see that.
I don't know. I'm kind of remembering like sort of when Palmer and Foden, especially, both came through at City, and they just seem to have a bigger impact more than anything else. And I can't. Garnacho's had an impact, and he's scored some absolutely belting goals, but I can't imagine that impact.
It's not the same. It's not
the same.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because City just kept on winning stuff, and obviously United have been absolutely a bit abysmal for the last God knows how many years. But I think you're right, with the right coach and the right setup, not what they got at the moment. Garnacho again could go up to the next level, but it all depends on what happens in the background as well.
It's absolutely key. It's absolutely key, and if United sort that out, I am hoping they don't sort that out. But if they do, then they might have a player in their hands there, but definitely not top 5 right now, and certainly not in the top 3 in our minds anyway, and possibly the top 5 in the near future either, until things happen and things change. Until no one's beaten.
When he starts scoring goals like Vinny Jr. did last night from his own half and running the entire length of the pitch, which by the way was an absolute belting goal, then you can start considering that a little bit more. But
it was like Messi-esque, wasn't it? The way he just went past. That was it. He's gone. And,
I mean, I actually thought, Dortmund might actually do Madrid here, but nope.
No. I mean, the fact that Mbappe has gone to there and Vinny Jr. still kept his like superstar status, where he's like, I'm the guy here.
Yeah.
And Bellingham's there, and he's still like, I'm the guy here. Tells you everything about Vinny Jr.
I'd be very surprised if Vinny Jr. doesn't get the Ballon d'Or this year. I'll be very surprised. I think he's the front runner for it this year, but the Ballon d'Or is the Ballon d'Or. It's not exactly cut and dry with the results.
No, it's a shame really that it's not been done properly. Because, I mean, Van Dijk should have won it when he was in it and he came second.
Yeah. And
if it was done properly, then these players would be rightly getting a Ballon d'Or onto their CVs at the end of the thing. I mean, it used to do it, didn't it? When like Mike Ryan won it, and you know, so many players have won it back in the past where they deserved it. That's sort of gone away now.
But that all changed with Ronaldo and Messi when they just went year on year, and it's just nobody else got looking.
Most of the time, they did actually deserve it, but towards the latter stages of the career, when someone else performed really well, like Van Dijk, for example, they should have won it at that time. Yeah,
the last few seasons, I don't think as really. But maybe Messi because he won the World Cup. But besides that, nothing's really been warranted over the last couple of years for him to even be in that consideration. I do think it's been a little bit unfair on the other players who have missed out on it.
Just one more question before we do go, Stu.
All right.
Where would Messi fit in the top 10 right now in terms of wingers? I know he's playing MLS. He's just got back-to-back hat-tricks, by the way, in international and the league.
That's ridiculous.
It's still back in for fun. It's still scoring some good goals as well. I mean, the goal he scored at the weekend for Miami, just typical Messi. Cutting on the left foot, edge at box, bottom corner, no, not even thinking about it. Where would he go now in wingers?
Again, to be fair, actually, I would still keep him in the top 10 in the world at the moment because he's still producing the output and he's still doing it on the international level.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That's good. I think that will drop off, especially for him and Ronaldo when they drop away from the internationals. Yeah. But because they're still doing it at that top level for Portugal and Argentina, you can't really take him out of consideration, to be fair.
And he's doing it against good opposition at times as well at internationals.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ronaldo's still doing it for Portugal. So, he's still got to consider that. But obviously the leagues that are in, the Saudi League and the MLS, I'm not concerned about that, to be fair.
All right. Thank you anyway, guys, for watching. This is a brand new little concept I've came up with today and a little feature. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys what's your top 5 at home as well? Is Garnacho in your top 5? Is he number 1 in your top 5 wingers in the world? don't listen to Stu. That snigger might put you off. If you want to put Garnacho top 5, you put Garnacho top 5. All right, guys. But please, yeah, get your comments in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're live tonight after the RB Leipzig game for match reaction. Our preview came out last night, so please watch that as well. Me and Reece did a preview last night. Subscribe to the channel and please enjoy the shows and the ideas that we have, the new content we have, because we want to do brilliant Liverpool content for you guys, different kind of content all the time as well. Thank you guys, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.